Being featured is brought to you by Lucky Horseshoe, A&R Electrical Services, and Patient Spirit Productions.
My guest being featured today is a very talented artist, one that can brag of being a very, very, very successful reggae artist and a soca artist. His name is Biggie Irie. Biggie, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
In 1986, you were lead singer in the band Exodus.
Yeah.
Take us back to those years.
Yeah, after leaving school, music was always in me. I always wanted, I actually started playing drums and percussion. And I always wanted to be in a band because I came up listening to Third World and Steel Pulse and Maxi Priest. A lot of people I idolize, you know. And a friend of mine, David Wallison, who played bass and keyboards, he was in a band called Raw Material. And their singer didn't turn up to rehearsal. So they were rehearsing for a show. So David called me and asked me what I was doing. I said, nah, I just wasn't watching TV. I was watching Sesame Street. So he said, man, we got a little rehearsal here. We want somebody to come and fill in. I know you know all these songs. So I said, yeah, man, come for me. So he came for me. And that was it. We went up to Burnings Hill and we rehearsed. All the songs the guys were playing, I knew. And that was the end of their singing. So then Raw Material then became Exodus. And it was me, David Wallison, Marty Johnson, Philip Goddard's son, Michael Goddard, Andre Gibbs, and Mikey Hillsmeyer on drums. So that was from 1986. We started until about 1990. So that was the early days of Exodus.
And then you went on to the Splash Band.
Well, to Sunsplash, because it was Ivory. Exodus broke up because some of the guys, three of the guys that went to Harrison College, they won scholarships. So they focused on their studies. So then it was me, Mikey, and Wally. And the same time, Ivory had disbanded. So Ivory had hired Mikey to play drums with them for the time being until they regrouped. So at that time, Arturo Tapping was also in Ivory, you know. And they had a gig at Sandy Lane. And they went along with Mikey. So then Mikey and Turo spoke to the guys from Ivory and said, why you don't bring in Biggie, bring in Jeffrey as lead vocalist? So they had a meeting, and then the next week, I had a meeting with them. And then that's how Sunsplash was formed. That was on June 6, 1990. That was our first gig at, I can't remember the name of the place now though, but up in Hastings.
Okay, and you also had opportunities to tour New York, London.
Yes, well actually the reason why we had to change the name of Sunsplash to Splash Band was because we had been playing quite often and we started to get a name for ourselves. And we were invited to perform at Reggae Sunsplash. But one of the rules were we had to change our name. We couldn't perform as Sunsplash at Sunsplash. So we came up with the name Splash Band. And we toured, we did Reggae Sunsplash, I think in 1992. And that was great, man. We performed on the same night as Garnet Silk, Barris Hammond. That's when Barris Hammond first came out. These guys were now coming out. Mighty Sparrow, Calypso Rose, singing Francine. A whole set of I think Barrington Levy was there as well. A whole set of young, upcoming reggae artists. And we went on, they went on before us. We went on at like 4 o'clock the Tuesday morning. And it was great, man. It was great.
And 1995, the Spice Band.
Yes, 1995 saw the breaking up of Splash Band because the guys just wanted to work on different things. Arturo was now starting his solo career. Mikey went into the studio. He wanted to move into production. And then Spice's lead singer, Alan Shepard, actually, no, that was John King, because Alan Shepard left previously. John King left Spice, so Spice called me. And I wasn't doing anything, so I said, yeah. I went, and it was great, man. We did quite a few tours. We toured Costa Rica, all through the Caribbean. We did 2 carnivals in Trinidad. And that lasted for about 3 years. But it was an amazing experience playing with Spice and Company, man. Very, very professional, you know. Business and everything was, you know, like correct. It was great with them.
Yeah, and in 1999, you launched the CD, An Introduction to Biggie Irie.
Yes, that CD, we started recording that. That CD was recorded by Slam City with Chris Allman. Produced by Chris Allman, Mikey Helsmeyer, and Arturo Tapin. We started recording that in 1997. And it wasn't finished until like early 99, but we held it back. We didn't release it then. Then I think we released it in like, I would say May. We released it in May in Barbados in 1999. And then I got the opportunity to go on the Spirit of Unity tour with some people that I've admired. Steel Pulse, Third World, Maxi Priest, Culture. Who else? Rash Shiloh. Also on that tour was David Curtin and Arturo from Barbados. And that is one of the highlights of my career. We spent like 4 months on the road touring all 50 states of the US. It was like these 6 buses just traveling from state to state. And we got to share a lot of stories with the big reggae artists, man. And one of the highlights on that tour was when I got the chance to appear on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno with those same greats. It was that tour is something that money can't buy, man.
Well, let's change genres. Let's go to soca.
Yeah.
And I have to ask you this question before we move on. You were doing fairly huge things as a reggae artist. Why did you decide to swap to
Well, I mean, with Splash Band, we always would release a soca song at Crop Over. You know, because we had the numbers coming in at the warehouse when we were playing, we had a real big fan club. You know, people used to support the band. So at Crop Over, we played primarily reggae, but at Crop Over we would always do a soca song. And our biggest soca song was Get Busy, Get Behind the Track, which came second on the road in '92. But the switch wasn't really a switch per se. It was, say, I recorded Now Going Home in 2006. And then the reason why I'm still doing the reggae is because I'm still doing the soca is because soca has me very, very busy, you know. I'm doing a lot of touring. I'm doing a lot of shows, a lot of performances, performing soca music. So it just has me busy. But one of these days, hopefully, I'll get back to doing some reggae music.
Yeah, and the song Now Going Home, that was a huge hit.
Yeah.
Did you expect that song to blow up as it did?
No, it didn't. Because when it was released here, it wasn't a hit here at first. You know, it got a lot of airplay. I didn't enter any competition with it. It was just, to me, it was just a song and the people enjoyed it. And then it blew up in Trinidad in late 2006 because I got a call from my then manager, Santia Bradshaw, telling me that I've been requested to come to perform in Trinidad like around December. And it was amazing. I couldn't believe the amount of love the song was getting. Down there, I mean, you would hear it, and it was hearing it every minute on the radio. That song, I Woman by My Side by Peter Ram, they would play them back to back all day, every day. And then she entered me without my knowledge into the Groovy Soca Monarch competition. And I was home, and she called me and told me, I've entered you into the competition. We gotta go to Trinidad tomorrow. I said, all right, cool. I'm not really expecting anything. I just thought I would just go and perform the song and come back home. Because I didn't think that a Bajan would be able to get anything in Trinidad. So I went. The gig was Sunday. I went and I performed the Sunday and came out home the Monday morning. She called me the Monday night at midnight and told me that I got the most points in the semi-final. And I got into the final, which was 2 weeks after. So I said, so I gotta go back down there, right? She said, yeah. I said, all right, cool, no problem. So we went a week prior to that. A lot of interviews, not very many shows, like 4 shows, but not in carnival time in Trinidad is the artists do like 6 or 7 shows a night. But I didn't have many shows. I just went down primarily to do the competition. And the day of the competition, I was doing a lot of driving around, and I just wasn't feeling it. I just wanted to go and perform and come back home. And our driver said, son, Biggie, you could win this, That's when it really hit home that it could be possible. And I said, yeah, but, I can just go and do my thing. And when my name was called that night in Trinidad, I can't believe the amount of applause and the amount of forward it got, my name. And they went out, and they just did the song as normal, no big set of props, no fireworks, nothing so. And then when it was announced the winner, because when I came off the stage, I went on at number 5, I think. Yeah, I went on number 5. And before me was a guy called, he's deceased now, a guy called Blazer Dan, who was really, really good. He was a sing J. He would sing and then he would chant and he would sing one of the sweetest voices you could ever hear. And I said, Blazer Dan will win this, boy. Nobody can beat me. And then after me, at number 6 was Nadia Batson. And when I heard Nadia, I said, boy. That's when I came off and I heard her. I said, boy, she got it, And then after Nadia, I just went to sleep. I went to sleep. It was me, Peter Ram, Royal Ward, Santia, Beanie Ma was there, Dwayne Bravo was there. We were all sitting down backstage, and I just went to sleep. I didn't even watch the second competition, the power competition. And then somebody came and woke me up and told me that the results are being read. So I went out. And then I think that I walked next to Irie George going up to the stage. And Irie George put his hand on my shoulder and said, Biggie boy, you're going to eat a food tonight, boy. You're going to eat a food tonight. I said, how you know? He said, trust me. So then I was announced the winner. And I couldn't believe it, man. It was mind-blowing. I could not believe it. And I won Power Soca that night. And after that, we did a lot of shows together. Wherever I was, he was, and vice versa. We just toured the US, Canada, London, all over the place. It was me and Irie George. But that night was that is tattooed in my memory forever.
Yeah, and this year you actually got into the pick of the crop finals.
Yes.
It was the first.
Second try.
First time
in the final.
Yeah,
and I came fourth.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing as well, But I always wanted to do the pick of the crop from like 10, 15 years ago. It was something that I said I wanted to try. I don't think I would do it again. Because it was something I wanted to do. I wanted to try it and see what it was like. I don't think I'm going to do it anytime soon because I always feel that when you record music, I think your music is supposed to last. You're supposed to be able to sing what you've recorded again. That's why I brought those 2 songs, Get Over and Panka Time. Those are songs that I will sing all the time. The Pick of the Crop competition is a competition that is, I think, for songs that are for a competition, if you know what I mean. They I don't want to say they don't go anywhere, but some of them do. Like some of the songs that Edwin did, some of the songs that Bag did, the songs that Gabby did, They're songs that can go on, can go further, can go international. But when I did Get Over, a lot of people were saying that it shouldn't be entered into the competition, and so I think I'm going to stay away from that competition and focus my attention on the Sweet Soca and possibly next year you will see me in the Party Monarch as well. Because look at Gorg. Gorg came and did a song that was 133 beats per minute, and he paced himself and he won it, you know? So I think that I can enter that, I would enter that next year. The only thing is, it's on the same day and after the Sweet Soca is very tiring. You know, leading up to that is very, very tiring. So, but we'll see.
Okay, so what's next for Biggie?
Well, I leave tomorrow night for London. I go a whole day traveling tomorrow. And when I come back, going to New York, I think around the 24th or 25th of September. And then I might be there for Labor Day, I'm not sure. But then I got to do something in Montreal around early September. And Bermuda in September with Splash Band, because Splash Band we still get together and do some stuff. But we're doing Bermuda in September. It's busy, really, really busy.
Well, I want to wish you all the best in the future, and thank you a million for passing through.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure.